Hey everyone, in this video we're going to be covering a lot of the blood drainage from the thoracic region and a little bit from the abdominal. I'm planning on making a video in the future that's going to cover more of the abdominal drainage, um, but we'll cover part of it here. So let's dive right in. Uh, let's start at the top half. What you can see beating right here is your right atrium. Uh, just picture that's your whole heart right there. I wanted you to be able to see like the superior vena cava and inferior vena cava working together and uh, coming to a similar origin. Okay, so we have this superior vena cava right here, and it has two veins running into it. We have that left and right brachiocephalic veins, and then they turn into subclavians, and then they turn into axillaries. What's coming into those brachiocephalic veins, we have the internal jugular vein and the lymph system dumping into it. If you remember from the textbook videos, if you've watched them, when it comes to lymph, we have a quarter of the body being drained into the right lymphatic duct, right through here. Okay. A quarter of the body's lymph comes through that right lymphatic duct. 3/4 come in and are ran through the thoracic duct, which is on the left side, and they come into the brachiocephalic vein. Okay. The lymph system, it's kind of like your garbage can, where stuff is going to get pulled into the lymph system and left in your lymph nodes. The spleen works with the lymph system as part of it. This system doesn't have a pump. The pump for the system that runs everywhere in your body is your muscle contractions. You have got what's called lymphangions that have like these valves, and as you move, uh, they will push fluid back up towards the heart, towards these ducts, and they drain into the veins and then are pushed back through the heart, and then the blood is um, receiving the fluids from this, and you're receiving some nutrients from this because the lymph system works with your intestines as well. And it's crazy. There's so much more detail I could go into about it, but I won't. So coming back to this blood flow coming back, those brachiocephalics, we're going to get rid of that side and look at these veins right here. So just like in the arteries, you have posterior intercostal veins rather than arteries, okay? And these don't come into the superior vena cava. Looking through here, there is a huge vein that runs along the ribs. This is what's called your azygous vein. Let's hide some of these ribs so we can take a peek in here. So looking at this azygous vein through these posterior intercostal veins, you can see that it runs up the vertebrae, and then it's got a branch that comes in and sticks it right into the superior vena cava. So all of this blood flow from the ribs, majority of it is coming through this azygous vein and popping right in here. The only place it does not is up here on the left side, and I got rid of that brachiocephalic vein, but it dumps it into the brachiocephalic. And these branches, let me get this rotated right here. So this blood supply running to the third intercostal rib and up. They dump into your superior intercostal vein, and this is on the left side. and then that gets dumped into the brachiocephalic on the left side. On your right side, you do have these veins up here in those intercostals, and they get drained into like the supreme intercostal veins, but that is only going to be a supreme intercostal vein. It's not even like your first rib, second rib. The second rib right here comes down into your right superior intercostal vein, but that dumps right into that azygous vein, as you can see from back here. So like I said, that azygous is covering a lot of that blood flow. And you might be wondering, well, what about down lower? What about the left ones on this side? You can see in this picture right here, you have this accessory azygous, or accessory hemiazygous, sorry, and the hemiazygous veins. They're dumping right into that azygous, which then goes up into the superior vena cava. So that's it in the thoracic region. Right here, I have the diaphragm, and I showed you this in the arteries video, so I'll just get rid of it. I wanted to show you with the liver sitting inside. Okay, so part of the venous system in the abdomen, it's bringing blood back to the heart, right? But these veins are sitting on the intestines. And so as blood is coming out of those, it's bringing nutrients to the body, right? Well, your body wants to filter it. It wants to make sure that, well, it wants to detox stuff, right? In case there is. So what it does is it doesn't just shoot it straight back up to your heart. As you can see, you have this huge vein, that inferior vena cava, coming down. And that's where a lot of your blood flow from your legs are going to go. But if it's coming through the intestines, it's going to come through this, what's called hepatic portal vein. All of this yellow sitting right in here is all of the blood flow that this hepatic portal vein is going to undertake. All the traffic of deoxygenated blood is coming through here. So, from this hepatic portal vein, you've got two branches coming directly off of it and one that's indirectly off of it. Okay, the superior mesenteric vein is a bifurcation, and the splenic vein is the other one that comes directly off of it. And as you can see, it's going straight to the spleen, the splenic one. As for the superior mesenteric, that is a huge chunk that covers the intestines. And off of the splenic, we have one branch that we want to look at in particular, and it's this yellow one that's now highlighted. That's going to be your inferior mesenteric vein. This covers the other half of the intestines. As these drain blood back up towards the liver, here's that right there. Liver's going to do its thing, and then it's going to give it to these branches right here. So these are your hepatic veins. You don't need to really know the names of them in some of your courses. Just know that you have a right, a left, and an intermediate hepatic vein. So there's three of them. And the intermediate comes off of the left branch, but you do have three hepatic veins. And they all dump back into the inferior vena cava, which then brings it to the heart. So I think that's going to be it for this video. I think we've covered everything just so you can kind of see it. Hopefully it makes your course a little bit easier. Oh, one last thing as I'm looking at this. I put this in here on purpose. So part of your lymph system, sorry to get back on the lymph. The abdomen has a piece of the lymph system, which is called your cisterna chyli, and it sits back here on your ribs, and it's just part of that pump. That a lot of the branches of this lymph system pump it to here, and then it gets shot up and comes into that left side, that thoracic duct. You can even see that there's nothing coming over into the right side. All of it's coming up here into the left. So that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully that helps, and we'll see you guys in the next one. All right, I just want to give credit where credit is due. These are the books and the resources I used for the videos. So first we have Essentials of Human Anatomy by Dr. Kurt Walker. We then have Essential Clinical Anatomy by Keith L. Moore and M.R. Auger and Arthur F. Daly. I also used Structure and Function of the Human Body by Mark Nielsen and Jamie Garbett. The last book I have is The Concise Book of Trigger Points by Simon Neil Asher. And then I used the app called Complete Anatomy. As you've seen from the videos, it's amazing. If you can afford it, I suggest it. It's such a useful tool when learning this stuff. So that's it. Have a good day.